everyone, it's Minwell here and I am back. Now this is a bit of fresh audio on an old video, and the reason for that being is I've actually not been able to post these for quite a while, just purely because of war and a few other things. I also had my internet down for a few days, which prolonged the posting of these videos a bit more. A lot has changed in the time since I've last posted my last Road to Survival videos. I'm now ranked number 2 in the global leaderboard. I've got a few extra 5 stars in there, and I've also managed to actually finish this All Out War number 6. I will get those videos coming to you soon. Like I said, I unfortunately had to wait a while before finishing it and not only posting these videos, also because I actually lost my voice also. This was before I lost the internet, which meant I was croaking like a frog and it just sounded horrid, so I didn't want to actually be recording while sounding like a grumpy old man, so we left it at that. I've now got my voice back. As you can tell, there's still a slight little bit of, I guess, little croaking huskiness in there, but other than that, we're pretty much back to full health in regards to my voice being back to normal, and my internet has finally decided it wanted to work again. So basically, as you'll notice, for the start of this All Out War number 6, we're sticking with a fairly typical team that you've been seeing, and that's the one led by the 4-star Rick. I'm purely using his plus 12 crit and also his plus 30 crit rush with these guys, and then we've got Omi, Joshua, Mark, and also Andrea as the ally. Now, all these 5 stars I've got in here are pretty much not upgraded. The highest one is tier 2. Mark is untouched on tier 1, level 1. So I'm not getting a great amount of, I guess, stats or anything from them, but at the same time, when it comes to zombies, the stats and the health of your players, the attack, the defense, it really doesn't matter in particular. It's more that crit count, and I thought instead of bringing in a big 36 Kenny or a big 24 of some of my other 5 stars and my 4 stars, I'll just bring in the simple 12 of the Rick here, and he also does the plus 30 crit. Now that is the best way to make up the crit if you've not got these high crit leaders and you've only got one that's simply got a 12 or even an 8, is to make sure you bring in these characters with these crit rushes. For example, you have a fair few that have plus 25 crit, you also have a lot that have plus 30, the new Connor has plus 35, you also have the few others in there that have nice crit rushes that can boost that rust. I just lost my train of thought, sorry. They can also boost it, so it's always nice to have those in there. You combine that with also your crit battle items, and it can make a fairly average team get through these stages really comfortably and make a fairly confident and, I guess, efficient zombie killing team, which allows you to have that confidence in them. So it's always nice to do those sorts of things in regards to getting that crit. Something like if you lack the leader skill with the crit, you can then make up with the crit rush, and then you add battle items on top of that and weapons, and you can always get a nice count up. These guys are coming through this fairly comfortably, as I would expect. I do actually want to change up my team for the next few acts, so I will do that and see what comes out. But like I said, any sort of area where you lack crit, I know there are a lot of people that struggle more with zombies than they do people because they lack those crit leaders and things like that. Just try and make up for it as much as possible in other areas if you are lacking in a certain area. If you lack high crit weapons, then like I said, you got things like battle items that you can concentrate on, or if you have a nice crit leader, then do that. If you have some nice crit rushes, then once again you can concentrate on them. So it's a matter of sort of focusing on the strengths you have and trying to maximize the team you have with that amount of crit. I personally don't struggle with any of these stages, but I do have a big range of characters, and I know there are people that are still in the early stages of this game or don't have the same character range and the amount in their roster, so they do tend to struggle. The best advice I can give to you if you are struggling with these stages is just making sure you're making the most out of the potential crit amount you can get out of your team, and not I guess, sacrificing that for higher plays in regards to stats or tiers or anything like that. Make sure you just bring in the team in which can take advantage of that crit the most effectively. And what I mean by that, don't mismatch your team. Don't have a leader that has plus 36 crit for all ranged and then bring in melees. Don't do that. It's not really going to help. The only exception in regards to doing that is possibly if you only have a melee character that has a crit rush. That's the only, I think, exception in that perspective to sort of make up for that loss of crit you're going to have for that one player. But you can only really do it with one player, because if you start doing it with a few or a few more, then you're going to start missing them headshots and you're going to have those zombies coming up on you quick, and that's when you're going to start losing those stages. If you still struggle after doing these sorts of things, you know, bringing your battle items, your weapons, these crit rushes, these crit leader skills, the only thing I can really say to you is that your team's just not strong enough yet. It's just not got the high enough amount of crit and just not at the stage it needs to be in regards to getting through these levels just quite yet. That does not mean it won't be at some point, or that you can't get fairly far with those stages, but at some areas it just comes down to you don't have the strong enough team, and that just comes down to, I guess, playing the game a bit more and engaging that roster and getting it that bit bigger. But these ones have gotten through it fairly comfortably, made enough headshots to not really worry us. We'll see how we go in the later acts. I'll probably change up my teams a bit and see how they go. But as always, guys, thanks for watching.